Hey guys, my name is Rachel Delk. You can find me at rachelsbooknook.com, also Rachel's Book Nook on Facebook and on YouTube. And I wanted to talk to you guys about working your business, your PaperPie business, in an hour or less every day. So I homeschool my kiddos. I have 4 kiddos. They are home all the time. My husband works outside the home. We do sports. We do adventures. We go traveling. We go see my parents way in Texas. We go camping. We do a lot of stuff. We are busy. Our schedule is very full. Our life is full. And I like to tell people I did not join PaperPie because I needed something else to do. But I am so blessed to have this business that works for my family and doesn't take away from my family. I can work this business in less than an hour a day, and if I'm consistent, I can really see a lot of sales. I can really be very successful. I can recruit well. There's so many blessings, and I only have to work less than an hour a day. So I've got 5 tips for you if you have your own PaperPie business and you're wanting to be successful, but you don't want to work all the time or you can't work all the time. So the first one is set your priorities and let your priorities set your boundaries. So if you homeschool or if you have kids who go to public school or whatever it is, if you have another job, or if you have things that take up certain amounts of your time, what's your priority? For me, it's my family. Everything is going to be family first. I'm not going to do this in a way that takes away from my family. I'm also not going to work on Sundays. That's a personal belief of mine that we're supposed to rest and worship on Sundays. I'm not going to work on Sundays. So whatever your priorities are, know your priorities, set your priorities, and let that tell you what your boundaries are for your business. So whether okay, I'm not going to do anything on Thursday nights. We've got baseball games. We're not going to work on Thursday nights. Don't make Thursdays your party night, right? So set your priorities, know when you can work, know what your schedule is, know what's important to you, and then put PaperPie in the empty spots, if that makes sense. Number 2 is be consistent. I have seen in my own business that when I'm working every day, even if it's just a little bit, that does more for my business than if I were to work big chunks of a time 1 day a week. So I try to work at least a little bit every day. And the way that I can do that is the day before, like the night before, I'll sit down and I'll decide what our day is going to look like. And that includes for me, like what our homeschool day is going to be, when I'm going to be able to sit down and work, things like that. Which goes to number 3, use systems that work for you. I know that if I put it in my phone, I will never see it again. I cannot use the phone the calendar on my phone. It just doesn't work for me. I have a paper calendar that has everything. Homeschool stuff, field trips, when we're traveling, holidays, when my husband's home, when he's off work, things like that. And I schedule in what I can do with PaperPie around that. That works for me. I also work when my kids are laying down. I've got younger kiddos. They have a nap time every day. That's when I can work. If you're a night owl, maybe you work after your kids go to bed, or maybe you work after your husband gets home and he takes the kids and you sit down and you work for 15 or 20 minutes. Maybe you're an early morning person and your kids sleep late. Maybe that's when you get your hour in. Who knows? Maybe you do 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at night. Who knows? Whatever works for you, be consistent and use systems that work well for you. So I try not to leave the house until after nap time, because if we leave the house before nap time, we're rushed, nap time goes poorly, and there goes the whole rest of the day. So if I can do our schoolwork beforehand and do my paperwork or do my PaperPie work during nap time, the rest of the day we can run errands, we can do doctor visits, whatever we need to do. But that's what works for me. So you find what works for you, find your systems, write down what you need to do that day, and get it done. So number 4 is stay connected to your team. Chances are, if your team is like our team, the amazing dream team Flamingos, we have a lot of resources for you. There is no need for you to reinvent the wheel if somebody has all these flyers made and all these ideas already figured out. They've already got a system of how do you go talk to a preschool director? How do you connect with homeschoolers? How do you do whatever? You don't have to figure it out. You just have to learn from other people, right? So if you can stay connected with your team, that's going to be a huge help and a huge resource for you. Plus, when you go to all the PaperPie home office events, those are so fun. And it's so great to connect with other teams, other people, and say, oh, this is what I did. That's a great idea. That would totally work for me and my business and my community. Let's do that. I have seen every time I've gone to an in person event with either my team or home office that the months after that, my business sees a really big a section of growth. And it's because I come back home like reinvigorated and really excited, and I come home with new ideas. Plus, when you're by yourself and you're working, sometimes you can get stuck of this is not working for me, or whatever it is, I need fresh ideas. Connect with your team leader because probably they have ideas that you haven't thought of. They've got really good things that would work for you, stuff like that. So stay connected to your team. And then number 5 is pivot when you need to. I don't know about you, but every season for us looks a little bit different. Our calendar looks a little bit different. What we're able to do looks a little bit different. Sometimes I've done PaperPie through a job change with my husband. Sometimes we're traveling and I'm not going to be able to work very much, or maybe we are traveling and I'm going to do a lot of online work. Who knows? But pivot when you need to. When your party night has been on Thursdays and that's not working, change it to Wednesdays or change it to Fridays or change it to Tuesdays. Who knows? Or maybe you were doing a whole lot of online stuff and that's not going to work for you. Or maybe you were doing all online stuff, but now your kids are older and you want to look at doing in person events. Who knows? Whatever your season is, as your seasons change, your PaperPie business can change too. And so whatever it is you need to do, you can make your business work. And if you need to set your business down for a few months, you can do that too and pick it back up when you're ready. Our business is so flexible. There's so many different things you can do. And I love that I can work for just a little bit of a day and have a ton of really good consistent income, really good connections, really good new books for my kids. There's so many like really good things that has come from me working my Rachel's Book Nook with PaperPie business. So let me know in the comments what are your top tips for only working a short amount of time with your PaperPie business, and let me know if you have any questions.